Change reaction. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 6 of our Get Up and Go 30-day August 2020 challenge. It's going to be at least 31 days because there's 31 days in August, but we'll just call it a 30-day challenge. Yesterday, so far, we've talked about challenges, what's in it for you, the 7 different areas of our lives, and rating each of those areas, what's most important. And yesterday we picked which one's most important and that we're going to work on as we go through the change and challenge process over the next couple of days. Because I want to make sure that we all have a really powerful foundational way of dealing with change and challenges. Now, the first step in accepting and moving into a different process is knowing what we do right now. So how do you handle change? How do you handle challenges? How do you handle obstacles? How do you react to and make changes right now? And we're going to brainstorm today how we deal with situations now. All we have to do is ask ourselves, well, what have I been doing since COVID-19 started? How have I been reacting? How have I been responding? Because that's our natural tendency, is what we do in crisis or stressful situations is not our natural way of being, but it's our natural way of responding when we experience stress or challenges or things outside of us that we don't feel like we can control. So for example, on my list, if I'm brainstorming my list right here for everybody to see, I would say I go through a lot of different things, but on my brainstorm list, and I want you to brainstorm a list for a reason, because we're going to do something really cool with it tomorrow. So on a post-it note, I just grabbed a post-it note and I wrote some of the things that I do. I resist change. If there's a challenge or a change or something happening, I resist it. I deny that it's happening. I try to bury my head in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist, or I ignore it. And then I will also complain. I might act like a victim or feel like I have no control and that I'm a victim. So I will find myself complaining, also known as bitching, moaning, and whining about the situation. I'll get upset and I'll find that I'm angry about things and I'm focusing on the negative, and I'll be pointing out to myself and everyone else who will listen to me why I'm upset, why I'm angry, and what's wrong and what's totally wrong with the situation. I'll look for a way out. I will look for any way I can possibly to avoid the challenge or the change that's being presented to me. I will procrastinate. I don't know about you, but even during COVID-19, I found myself finding creative ways to procrastinate. I took a bunch of courses. I was reading and doing things online. I was pulling myself away from what I wanted to be doing and what I'm normally doing. I actually watched some series on Netflix and on Hulu, some different shows and things. Part of it was I was sick, but when I wasn't sick, I had no reason for doing that. But I was using that as a tool and a way of procrastinating. I make excuses or assess blame. Oh, it's so-and-so's fault that this is happening. Oh, so-and-so lied about this or that. I find myself making excuses or being judgmental or assigning blame. I think I already admitted that I whined a little bit and complained. And then I also find that my current way and my old way of dealing with change and stress and challenges and obstacles and failures is to do nothing, to absolutely freeze in place and not take any action. Just freeze, frozen, stay in a stalemate. Some people sleep too much. I tend to not ever sleep enough, much less too much, but that might be a way that you react. So today our challenge is to ask yourself, what do I do when I'm faced with stress, challenge, change, obstacles, failures, a situation outside of my control? How do I right now respond to that? What do I do? We're not judging it if it's good or bad or right or wrong. We're just saying, here's a list of the things I'm noticing that I'm doing. I stop following my good habits. I let my habits go, especially during COVID-19. I didn't follow my usual way of eating. I didn't follow my usual way of taking supplements. I didn't follow my usual way of exercising. So I not only do nothing, but I actually found myself going backwards in certain habits and things that I'd been doing for a long time and just letting them slip and slide and go. Eating things I normally wouldn't eat. Lots of sugary processed foods that, even a couple of months ago, well, before COVID a couple of months ago, I would not have touched with a 10-foot pole, and they started sneaking into my everyday consumption regimen. So today, our challenge, Ask yourself, how do I handle stress? How do I handle strain? How do I handle situations that change? How do I handle change? I guess it's all about, how do I handle change? How do you handle change? Ask yourself that. Grab a little piece of paper or a notebook or a piece of paper towel or a napkin or whatever. I am a huge Post-it fan because my dad worked at 3M forever, so Post-its, plug for Post-its. I love Post-its because I can carry them with me. They're small and I can just start jotting stuff down and writing it down. Then I can stick them wherever I want to actually look at them. So for example, I'll even show you mine. I started doing this as prep for this on a little Post-it note. We're going to take this little Post-it note or piece of paper or list, and we're going to do something very, very powerful with it tomorrow. And I could do it today, but I'm trying to keep these under 10 minutes. That was my promise and commitment to you and to myself. So today, how do you handle change? Just brainstorm out a list of what you catch yourself and see yourself doing. Just watch yourself today and see and listen to, what am I saying? How am I responding? How am I reacting to things? What kind of a mood am I in? How am I emotionally feeling? How am I mentally feeling? How am I physically feeling? How am I spiritually feeling? I guess you could take all the main categories of our life and ask this question and then just check in with each of those areas and aspects of your life to gauge how you're responding to change and challenges. That's it. Have an absolutely amazing day. If I'm not being clear, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow, and we're going to do something cool and flip this on its ear, and instead of these ways of naturally dealing with things or just automatically dealing with things, we're going to substitute a much more powerful way of intentionally but subconsciously over the next few days dealing with change and challenges, so that it's always something that propels you forward for the rest of your life. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow. Bye.